day, lords and ladies. Welcome to Cursed Rounds, a action roguelike game that has been developed and published by Tentacles Interactive, and it's been sent to me to do a Cornish first look of. So let's first have a look at the adjustment settings. Volume, all that stuff, grayscale on and off, aim. Okay, so standard stuff, nothing particularly groundbreaking. Let's just drop the volume down. Okay. We'll drop the special effects down, or special sound effects down. Language is English, grayscale is off. Let's do a new game and see what we're getting ourselves into. It seems pretty straightforward. It's a permadeath action roguelike. Okay, so pretty simple. Attack, space, dash. Okay. An area clear. Okay. You can't shoot for 5 seconds after you've taken damage. The speed of the first enemy that was hit will be increased. Let's try this. So let's see what we have. Okay. Bit chaotic on the screen. Okay, so how am I supposed to basically do this? I mean, like, the visual style is very nice, but it's a bit chaotic in screen activity, to be honest. Okay. Man, like, this is a pretty chaotic... Oh, so it's a dividing thing. Man, they're... Like, this is... I mean, I don't like how fast those balls shoot out. Okay. Okay, so we die. Right. Let's see if we get any unlocks or anything. I mean, that was pretty hectic. Okay, pick. First enemy hit will be cloned. Okay, let's try this one. I mean, it's just I have like no clue what is going on. It's just obscenely hectic on the screen. Okay. I have like no clue. Like, there's minimum input in this. I suppose for every level we're going, there's just more. I suppose we have to just clear the level as quickly as possible. Before we run out of time, I suspect. I suppose we're trying to kill off Like, I have, like, no idea. Like, I have, like, no clue what's going on. Like, there is an intro video that you can watch. It's basically a kid's playing a game. He gets pulled into the attic by giant monsters. But there's not a lot of story in this at all. Archer halved. I don't even know what it does. Okay, so this is chaotic. I mean, this is a pretty simplistic game. The art style is not bad, but... So that's the card library we have. And our upgrades that we've picked up: speed, attack, speed. Okay. And I take it this is the boss level now. And there's traps. Okay. God, that's a bit graphic. Right. I mean, there's not a lot for me to review, to be honest. This is a pretty simplistic action roguelike, even by some of the standards of the things that I normally see. Art style isn't bad. I like the black and white, sort of almost like hand-sketched art style. It reminds me of sort of Downwell and stuff like that. Am I a fan of the hecticness of all the motion on the screen? No. I think it's too chaotic, to be honest. It feels unnecessarily busy for what's going on. I mean, it's... So as we get speed boost, okay, or dash boost, I suppose. Any speed will increase the number of maggot cocoons in a room. Okay, it's... Like, the problem is... Okay, is that everybody? I mean, like, dodge and like the animations themselves are nice. But even so, it's like it's pretty simplistic. You've got lies up in the top corner. E pops open what negatives you've got applied. R pops open what positive you've got applied during the current run. It's like a really simple roguelike. When I say simple, I mean there's not a lot of moving elements to it. I mean, it's like the base premise is nice, but like just stuff like collision and knowing where stealth stuff is on the screen, would be really nice to just. It's just too much activity on the screen. I think. I know that an action roguelike is supposed to have elements like this. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, we managed to get it by rolling into it, but... Okay, Mummy Spider. Which means it's probably going to be a spawning enemy as well. And it's got a stupid hit circle. But once again, the hit stuff in this game is... The enemy predict where you're going to be going a lot. Okay, pick up. Chanced enemies recovering lost hearts, slower enemies. Okay. But I mean, like, this... It rains in the room, increased in the health of enemies. Okay. Okay, so there's even more screen activity. As if the screen wasn't busy already. Just trying to see what's going on in the game is just... Okay. Overall, first impressions, not a fan. There's just too much going on screen. If it was just the enemies, it would be okay, but adding stuff like shaking, which was actually, to be honest, the screen shake was getting to the point where it was starting to give me a headache. It's just the screen is far too busy. Like, I know that it's, like, probably has bullet hell elements built in, but even so, like, it's unnecessarily... Especially, it's not so bad if you've got a color screen. Color screens allows you to basically color code enemies and threats. So subconsciously you can detect what's going on. When everything's black and white and there's just so much screen activity, it is just nearly impossible to keep track of everything. Also, I had the feeling that the enemy were very, very good at targeting where you were going to be. Because the spider always would jump exactly, the spider was always jumped exactly where I was going to go, and the enemy shoot exactly where you're going to go, so it's really hard to dodge. You had to constantly spam the roll button. I don't know, I just found it really rough around the edges, and for such a straightforward and basic, I don't want to say basic, it's not, but it's a simple action roguelike. It's not a lot of moving elements. It keeps the very sort of core processes of what makes the, an action roguelike. I don't know, it just was really not up my street at all, and I play a lot of action roguelikes. So I see you all again next time, folks. Goodbye.